When I bought Barefoot Contessa in 1978, I had no idea how much chicken salad I'd be making. But this is the one that Diana taught me with grapes and walnuts. It's Chicken Salad Contessa, but it's kind of like chicken salad with a Waldorf salad. So first thing I'm gonna do is toast half a cup of pecans, half a cup of walnuts, just to crisp them up a little bit. 350 degrees for about 7 to 8 minutes. And they just taste better that way. So I roasted the chicken and let it cool a little bit. I'm just gonna take the skin off. I roast it on the bone with the skin on. It keeps it really moist. So I'm gonna just take the skin off and then cut it right off the bone. Just cut right around with a sharp knife. The chicken salad recipes at the store always started with something like 200 pounds of chicken. So it's always funny for me to be making chicken salad from 2 chicken breasts, but it's just as good. Okay, now for the dressing. So I need a half a cup of mayonnaise, half a cup of sour cream. It's a very creamy dressing, but has a great balance. 2 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper. Whisk it up. Now I'm gonna add tarragon. It's a really mild flavored herb. Okay, just big rough chop. Okay, so most of it's gonna go in the sauce. I'm gonna save a little bit for garnish. Whisk it up. Add the chicken. Big spoon. Just toss it together. Chicken's really moist. The sauce is great. Okay, the roasted nuts should be done. Perfect. I'm just gonna toss them right in. So it's a half a cup of pecans and a half a cup of walnuts. And now I need grapes, about a cup of grapes. Just cut them right in half, just toss them in. Chicken salad's great for entertaining because you can make it in advance. Just serve it at room temperature. Okay, just toss that all together. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I like to just use a nice butter lettuce. It's really delicate. Just really sets it off. Okay, big scoop of chicken salad. So now I'm gonna do chicken salad sandwiches with a secret ingredient, tarragon from my garden. It's a really good herb. Sort of like anise flavor a little bit, and subtle, but I think it'll make all the difference. Chicken salad sandwiches. So first I've got chicken roasting in the oven. I just roasted chicken breasts, skin on the bone, 35 minutes, 350 degrees, and they're just perfectly done. So the first thing you need is celery. It's really traditional with chicken salad. It's got a nice flavor, a nice crunch. I need about a cup of celery. So, lots of celery. Can't make chicken salad without mayonnaise. About 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. I'm just gonna put it all in the bowl and then toss it later. Okay, what do we need next? Chicken. I think it should be cool enough to handle. It's actually great to do the chicken when it's still a little warm, because then it really absorbs the sauce. So it's chicken breast on the bone. Just gonna take the skin off. So much moisture when it's done this way. At Barefoot, we used to have big vats of boiling water and poach the chicken breast, and it was just impossible. And then all the flavor gets into the water. This way, all the flavors really stays in it when you roast it. It makes such a difference. And then I just do nice bite-sized chunks. I'm gonna stir it all together. You know, lots of seasoning, salt, pepper. It's ordinary ingredients, simple ingredients, but delicious chicken salad. Now I'm just gonna put in 2 teaspoons of salt. This all depends on how big the chicken breasts are. 1 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, time to make the sandwiches. So I'm gonna make 2 sandwiches with the chicken salad just as it is, and then I'm gonna make 2 more with a special ingredient. Okay, everybody knows how to make a sandwich. A little mayonnaise just to make sure that bread stays moist. Lots of chicken salad. I always like something green on the sandwiches, so a little mesclun mix would be great. Some kind of lettuce. These are great because it's all washed mixed greens. Okay, put the lid on top. Cut them in half. So everybody in the office has a half a sandwich. I'm going to keep one so I can taste it too. So this is A. I'm going to tie this up. So I'm going to add tarragon to the chicken salad, which is really subtle, but it's very good with chicken. It doesn't overpower it. Something like rosemary would really overpower it. So just take the leaves off. Give it a rough chop. Okay, right into the chicken salad. We'll see if the guys in the office can tell the difference. It already smells good. Okay, a little mesclun, a little crunch. Put the tops on, cut them in half. Okay, I'm gonna wrap them up. I'm gonna mark them B. I'll see how the test goes. Ready for lunch?
I'm ready for lunch.
Okay, I've got sandwiches. I've got A sandwiches and B sandwiches.
All right.
You have to pick your favorite.
All right,
okay?
I'll give you a call.
Okay, let us know.
Bye-bye.
In the 80s, we made so much curried chicken salad, I just couldn't look at it anymore. But I thought, I'm going to revisit a classic. And it turns out there was a reason why we liked it. It's delicious. I'm going to make the sauce first. So I need 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. I always say good mayonnaise. You just want the best mayonnaise you can buy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the most expensive. Just one that tastes great. And I always add something that has a little bit of a bite to it. Vinegar, white wine. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of white wine. You want to add white wine that you like, something you would drink. Next, I'm going to add chutney, because all curry has chutney in it. About 1/4 cup, and I use mango chutney. It's usually called major grade chutney. Next is curry powder. Can't make curry chicken without curry powder. Curry powder is actually a mix of spices. It's not just one thing. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons, which is a lot. Next, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Make sure it has great flavor. And then just puree the whole thing. Now that's an easy sauce. Okay, next the chicken. I've got 3 whole chicken breasts. Actually, there are 6 pieces. Because remember, a whole chicken breast is 2 pieces. And I've roasted it 350 degrees for just about 35 to 40 minutes, just until it's done. And these have cooled already. And I just find this is the most delicious way to make chicken for chicken salad. I'm just going to take the chicken right off the bone. You know, one of the things I find in the market is sometimes I go shopping for chicken, and sometimes the chicken breasts are like this big, and sometimes they're that big. So I always try and find medium-sized chicken breasts. Okay, so, and this can all go into the next chicken stock I make. I'm just going to give it a big rough dice, sort of big bite-sized pieces. Want the pieces big enough so you can see them in the salad. I don't like things minced up like baby food. Okay, that's the chicken. Next, the vegetables. So I need about 1 cup of chopped celery. It's gotta have a little crunch in chicken salad. I'm just gonna dice it small. If you wanna do it really fast, cut them in half. These are the things I learned when the ingredient was 1 case of chopped celery. You learn how to do it really fast. Okay, that's about 1 cup of chopped celery. Right into the bowl. About 1/4 cup of chopped scallions. Scallions give that nice bite without being too oniony. So, and I use the white and green parts. The white has more flavor, but I think the green has flavor too, and it looks great in the salad. So that should be enough right in. And the next is 1/4 cup of raisins. You know, the legendary restaurant critic from the New York Times, Mimi Sheraton, used to say that the correct proportion of raisins to curried chicken salad is 0. I disagree with her. I like that sweetness in it. Okay, next for the sauce. I'm just gonna pour enough in so it's moistened. I always hold a little sauce back because after it sits, sometimes it needs a little extra sauce. Just toss it all together. Oh, the smell's just delicious. It's gonna look good too. So I'm just gonna let this rest in the refrigerator for a few hours. Really absorbs the curry sauce, the chicken, everything, the raisins, all the flavors blend really well together. And then later, I'm gonna add some warm cashews that are gonna give it a nice crunch. This is like delicious curried chicken salad. So I'm just gonna put this in the refrigerator to allow the flavors to blend. One of the things I love best about East Hampton is there's such extraordinary producers and chefs here. And the good news is they're my friends, which is wonderful. Okay, I've got curried chicken salad, and the flavors have really gotten into the chicken, the curry and the chutney, raisins. It's gonna be delicious. I have one more thing to add. Salted roasted cashews. And actually what I did was I heated them up a little bit. So sometimes cashews can get a little mealy if they sit for a long time. And I love when they're really crisp. And I can chop them up or just put them in whole. That's 1 cup of cashews. This is great, it's very chunky. Well, this was good in the 80s, but I think it's even better now because I added lots more spice, more mango chutney, more crunch. There's only one way to know for sure. So delicious, it's very moist. It's really crunchy, it's salty, it's sweet, it's spicy. I can't tell you how much mustard chicken salad we made at Barefoot Contessa. Mountains of it. There's nothing like making 1,000 pounds of mustard chicken salad a week. Teach you all kinds of ways to make it really easy and really good. Okay, so that's about 1 cup of half cherry tomatoes. And the second thing I always put in is broccoli. So I'm gonna cut off the stems. You can save it for later for broccoli soup, but for the salad, I just want the florets. And I cut them apart and then just pull them apart so you're not actually cutting into the florets. So I need about 2 cups of broccoli florets. Okay, now I'm just gonna blanch it. I'm gonna put it in a big pot of salted boiling water. Lots of salt. Just put it in really quickly. Remember, it's a salad, it's not a cooked vegetable. This is my handy dandy Chinese strainer, sometimes called a spider. I'm just gonna cook it for maybe 30 seconds or a minute, just until it's a little bit tender and the bright green color is set. And you can dump the entire pot of boiling water out, or you can just use one of these strainers. It's so much easier, and you don't end up with all that boiling water. Okay, into the ice water. It's called shocking it. What it does is cool it down immediately, so you end up with broccoli that's perfectly cooked, bright green. It really sets the color. Just gonna lift it out and put it together with the tomatoes. And then it's ready for the chicken and the sauce, which I'm gonna make next. So I used to make all these sauces for salads from mayonnaise, which is perfectly delicious, but I don't like that sort of gloppy mayonnaise texture as much as I like mayonnaise. So I would always thin it with something, maybe chicken stock, vinegar, but for the chicken salad, I thin it a little bit with white wine. It gives it great flavor, and you end up with a sauce that's more like a cream sauce than a mayonnaise sauce. So a little bit of white wine, whisk. So I have 1½ cups of mayonnaise and about 2 tablespoons of white wine. Just whisk it all together. And because it's mustard chicken salad, it has to have lots of good mustard. So good Dijon mustard, about 1/4 cup. And because I liked it to not only taste like mustard, but look like mustard, I always use whole grain mustard, about 3 tablespoons of whole grain mustard. Just whisk that together. It's great. The yellow makes it look like mustard. Then because you want to have lots of flavor, salt and pepper. Tablespoon of salt. I always use kosher salt. Seems like a lot, but remember it's a sauce, and chicken doesn't have all that much flavor. 1/2 tablespoon of pepper. Whisk it all together. Okay, next the chicken. Roasting the chicken in the oven means that you're always going to have really flavorful and really juicy chicken. I just put 4 whole chicken breasts, bone in, skin on a sheet pan and rub them with olive oil. Then sprinkle them liberally with salt and pepper. then roasted them 350 degrees, 35 to 40 minutes. So the chicken's cooled a little bit, just enough so I can handle it. Chicken salad's so much better when the chicken's warm. It really absorbs the sauce. Cooking chicken like this on the bone really keeps it moist. The skin keeps it moist on the top, and the bone keeps it moist on the bottom. So just run a knife around the bone and take it right off. Cut it like this. Big chunks. Bite size, but big bite size. I want to make sure all the bones are out. Perfect. I'm just going to put it in the bowl. Okay. That's everything together. Just going to toss it together. Clean hands, important. This looks gorgeous. All fresh ingredients, just wonderful. And then lots of sauce. Just add enough so it moistens it completely, but doesn't drown it in sauce. You can always add more, so I always add less to start. Big spoon, toss it together. Oh, this looks very familiar. Huge vats of this. So let's see how this tastes. It's good. You can really taste the mustard. But, you know, there's sort of a flatness that something I'm missing. I feel like it needs a little extra something, and there's some tarragon here. That's going to do just the trick. You know, when I'm thinking about flavor, it's always about a balance of flavors where one thing doesn't hit you in the head and the other things are too subtle. It's about that they're layered, but it's all about the chicken. What's going to make the chicken taste more chicken-like? So I'm just going to chop up the tarragon. Just add it in. I can smell the tarragon. It's a very delicate flavor, but it really will add to the chicken without overpowering it. Okay, let's see now. A little taste of it. Oh, it's perfect. I can taste the mustard, I can taste the tarragon, but it doesn't overpower the chicken. Jeffrey's gonna love this. I'm sure he's gonna remember where it's from, too. And next I'm gonna make roasted vegetables, the way we used to make them at Barefoot Contessa. Chicken Salad Veronique. It's like chicken salad, but elevated to party food. I thought Michael and Jim would really like it. So the first thing I did was I roasted chicken breasts, olive oil, salt and pepper for 35 minutes at 350 degrees, and it really makes the chicken so much moister than poaching it. I let it cool a little bit, take the skin off. So I'm just gonna cube this. I don't want it too small, but I want sort of bite-sized pieces are perfect. I'm going just right into the bowl. Chicken's still a little warm, which is a great way to make the salad, and then it really absorbs the flavor. Once it's cold, it's firmer and it doesn't absorb the flavor so much. So Chicken Salad Veronique, I think, comes from probably Salad Veronique, which is classically made with grapes. Chicken has so much more flavor when it's roasted than it does when it's poached. There's something about the water that just takes all the flavor out of it, and there's something about the olive oil, salt, and pepper that gives it flavor. So I think for tonight I'm going to do 4 chicken breasts. Okay, now for the sauce. So first, half a cup of mayonnaise. I'm just going to put it right into the bowl and toss it all together. Okay, now some green things. So fresh tarragon, which is a really sort of delicate herb. 1.5 tablespoons of fresh tarragon leaves. This really is the place for fresh herbs. I'm just gonna chop it up. It smells wonderful. I think it's a really underused herb, tarragon. Okay, the next thing is celery, in the category of lots of green things. I'm gonna run my knife right down the middle. Leave it attached on the top. And just chop it up. Okay, right in. I think I'll do 2 stalks of celery. It's about 1 cup of celery. But the good news is you can do as much as you like. Okay, that should be just about 1 cup. And now comes the Veronique part, green grapes. So I need about 1 cup of green grapes cut in half. Want to make sure you use seedless grapes. Nobody wants to be crunching their chicken salad. This salad will sit very well too because all the flavors, the tarragon will really get into the chicken and the sweetness of the grapes. Okay, that's it for the grapes. A little salt and pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I know it sounds odd to have salt and grapes together, but really brings out the flavor of them. 1 teaspoon of pepper. Toss it all together. And that's chicken salad Veronique.